If you're looking for a way to make money online this year, print on demand is still one of the best businesses that you could start in 2024. Now, you're really not going to need a ton of skills to start a print on demand business. There's just a few things that you need to learn to be able to get this up and running. And it's a super low cost business to start because you aren't actually physically buying a bunch of inventory and tools to create products in your own home. You are instead going to be partnering with a manufacturing partner who's going to do everything from store items to print items, pack them and ship them for you. So you are simply creating the listings and designs that you want to sell, and then your manufacturing partner is doing all the legwork for you. So it makes it really easy to get started. Really within your first day or week, you could have a full shop up and running. And the next reason a print on demand business is still a great opportunity in 2024 is the market is still growing. We see year after year new sellers breaking into the market and scaling to 5 or 6 figures within their first few months. So there's still a lot of opportunity for new sellers to get in there and really grow a successful shop within their first 12 months. Now, in my experience, I have seen that the most successful sellers typically are working on things that are going to continually move the needle in their business. And one of those things is really just getting more products designed and uploaded every single day. A lot of times new sellers, they get really stuck on trying to create the perfect products and spend so much time trying to research and design and upload with the perfect SEO. So they're really not getting a lot of products into their shops. And then the really successful sellers are able to make systems that help them to get new products out every single day, increasing the chances that people are going to actually find and purchase their items. So if you feel like that's you get really stuck in the process of actually figuring out what you want to do, making those mock-ups, uploading those items. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 of the best time-saving hacks that I have figured out in my years as a print-on-demand seller that really are the difference between you having a small shop that maybe makes a few dollars every single month and growing a shop that can bring you significant income every single month. Now, some of these hacks you've probably never heard of before, so I definitely recommend you sticking through the end. So let's just jump right into this. Now, the first time-saving hack that you definitely need to be doing, especially if you're really new to the world of design and print on demand, is utilize some kind of design tool that has some pre-made templates on it. Now, there are tons of print on demand sellers that they try to design and create every single item from scratch. They are hand drawing the graphics that they're putting on their designs. They are really meticulous with all the elements that they are selling on their mugs and t-shirts. But truly, there are so many amazing design suites on the market right now that have really fantastic templates that you can simply drag and drop elements and just change out a few things to make a completely unique design without a lot of work. Design seems to be one of the things that new sellers struggle with a lot. It can be a huge learning curve to figure out what looks good and what is going to sell well. So if you can take a lot of the guesswork out of this, that is going to be huge and helping you actually get way more listings up and listings that people want to click on and buy. Now, like I said, there's several different design suites out there that do have some amazing templates, but in today's video, I've actually partnered with Placeit, who has a library of thousands of different design templates that you can use to create really one-of-a-kind designs for your print-on-demand business. Now, this is one of the first tools that I ever invested in as a new print-on-demand seller, so I definitely can't recommend them enough. But simply all you're going to do is once you figure out what phrase you want to sell or what niche you're going to be targeting, you can simply look through their whole library of templates, pick one that you want, and then change out the text, maybe some of the colors, add a new element, and then download a complete ready-to-use design that only took just a few minutes. So if design is the place that kind of holds you up, definitely think about using a tool that is going to eliminate this barrier for you. Now, I will have all of Placeit's information linked down below. I definitely can't recommend them enough. And among just their design tools, they have so many other features as well. Now, the next time-saving hack is something that is not only going to save you hours, but it actually could be the difference between you creating designs and listings that actually are going to get eyeballs on them. And that is utilizing some kind of research tool. Now, one of the things that really holds a lot of people up is they are like, I just do not know what kind of products I should be making. So they spend hours just scrolling the front pages of Etsy, doing endless research on a place like Amazon or Redbubble, trying to make sense of all of the listings that are out there and try to figure out what are the best sellers, what are keywords people are actually searching for. So if you don't have a tool to really take this data and make sense of it for you and present it to you in a usable way, this could waste you so many hours. Now, one of the tools that I have used pretty much since the beginning of my print-on-demand journey is called Merch Informer. So this is basically taking all of the data from best-selling print-on-demand shirts on the Amazon marketplace and showing you what niches and designs could be really profitable to target. Now, even if you're selling on a place like Etsy or Redbubble, I still recommend Merch Informer. Since Amazon is one of the biggest e-commerce platforms out there, typically if niches and designs are doing really well on Amazon, they're going to do well elsewhere too. Now on Merch Informer, there are a number of different ways that you can research and find trending and best-selling designs. One of them is their trend tracker, which is going to show you the designs that were maybe uploaded a while ago, but all of a sudden had a really big spike in sales for some reason or another. Or they have some really great ways to see what are the niches and evergreen designs that have not just been selling right now, but selling for the past 3 or more months. Now, these tools on Merch Informer have helped me come up with hundreds of best-selling designs, some that I found years ago that are still selling every single day now. Now, besides Merch Informer, there are tons of other research tools. Another one that I love and use all the time is called Sales Samurai, which they are really optimized to not only help you find good products and ideas, but also help you figure out how to actually write good titles, descriptions, and tags. So I will link both of them down below, as well as a coupon code if you do want to check out either of those research tools to save you tons of time in the research process so you can focus on the things that matter, actually getting more uploads out. Now, one of the next huge time-saving hacks that has helped me so much be able to get more products out is by using the same manufacturing partner across all of the different products that I want to sell. So as a print-on-demand seller, you're not just limited to selling t-shirts and sweatshirts. You can venture into things like tumblers, mugs, journals, totes, hats, pajamas, blankets. If you can think of it, you can probably sell it as a print-on-demand product. However, a lot of people get really hung up because they feel like they have to find a new manufacturing partner who actually can make that item for them every single time they want to sell a new type of item. So the way that you can save so much time is by partnering with a single manufacturer who has access to all of those tons of different products. Now, the one that I use and recommend to all new sellers is Printify. They are one of the best partners out there because they kind of work as a middleman between you and hundreds of other print-on-demand manufacturers. So if you've been selling t-shirts for a long time and all of a sudden you decide that, okay, I want to add maybe some candles to my shop. In the past, you might have had to do a bunch of research and try to figure out who is the person that you can now partner with to sell candles. And then you have to do all the work to actually integrate them again into your Etsy shop. And so that just adds a lot of time every time you want to try out something new. But if you create an account on Printify, they are going to automatically give you access to over 800 different product types. So it's really easy to try things and not waste a lot of time up front on all the setup that is involved with partnering with a new manufacturing partner. And another great thing is Printify is 100% free to start. So you don't have to pay any subscription fee to them to try a bunch of new things. So again, I'll link Printify down below as well if you do want to create an account with Printify and check out their whole catalog of products. But this really does save so much time because you're not having to sift through a bunch of other manufacturing partners. And Printify is very trusted. They've done all the legwork to vet all of these manufacturing partners that you can use. So you're not going to have to do a bunch of research and worry about if this person is going to actually do good quality work, if they're going to make sure your items get out on time, if they're on Printify's platform, they are typically a very reputable person to work with, so I can't recommend Printify enough. Now, the next area that I see so many new sellers get really hung up on and actually waste so much time on is in creating their mock-ups. Now, mock-ups can definitely be the difference between your item getting clicked on and making sales, and then or just people scrolling past it and ignoring your listing completely. So it's definitely worth investing time in making mock-ups, but you need to do it in a way that's not going to take away from you being able to actually create more products. So the tool that I have used is one that I already talked about earlier, but it is Placeit. So Placeit not only has a bunch of design templates, but they have thousands and thousands of mock-up photos for you to use in all sorts of different product types. Now, the thing that I like about Placeit is they really make it easy for beginners to create mock-ups. So if you were to use a tool like Photoshop or Illustrator, you're gonna have to figure out how to take your design and warp it so it actually looks like it's on the item that you're selling. So that can be a huge learning curve to do something like that. But on Placeit, you are simply picking which photo you want to use, you upload your design, and then Placeit is going to auto format that for you. So you're not going to have to worry about learning a whole new skill set for actually making mockups. They do that in just a few clicks of a button. And one other thing that I love to do on Placeit to just save a lot of extra time is anytime I come across a mockup that I really love and I think that I want to use over and over again, I typically am going to favorite that, and then I just have a whole catalog of my favorites that I can quickly look through and pick the ones that I love. So Placeit really is an all-in-one tool. They have everything from designs to mock-ups to a lot of other things that you can use for your print-on-demand business. So again, I'll have them linked down below if you do want to check out Placeit or even make a free account. Now, one of the next time-saving hacks that I utilize all the time and has saved me so many hours in getting products uploaded is actually saving and reusing my descriptions and tags for products. Now, I do not mean whatsoever that you have one generic description and group of tags that you are going to slap on every single product that you sell in your print-on-demand shop. But if you find that you are selling a lot of different designs and items in a similar niche, there's no reason that you can't reuse a lot of those elements over and over. So say you have a bunch of Valentine's teacher shirts and this niche does really, really well for you. So you're consistently uploading and creating new products in this particular niche. Well, since you did all the work up front to actually create that initial description and tags with some really good keywords in them, find a place to save that. And then anytime you upload a similar design in that like Valentine's teacher niche, you can simply copy and paste that or just make a few adjustments to it. So same thing if you are designing for maybe Mother's Day or Father's Day coming up. This is something that I am adding to these kind of designs every single year, but I don't feel like I have to reinvent the wheel every single time. I can take what I've done in the past and copy and paste that and use it as is, or just make a few simple tweaks. A lot of times doing the keyword research, figuring out what our titles, tags, and descriptions should be is taking the bulk of the time in our actual upload process. So anything we can do to eliminate some of this time and reuse the work that we did in the past, we are definitely going to capitalize on that. So especially if you find that you have niches that you return to all the time, make sure you are saving those somehow so you can reuse them over and over again. Now, this next hack is one of my absolute favorites and probably the biggest time saver and moneymaker in my own print-on-demand business. Now, a lot of people don't know you can do this, but one of the things that has helped me really scale my print-on-demand business is selling products on multiple different platforms. So if you think about it, when you are going to create a new design and upload, you are doing a lot of things one time that are taking a bunch of time. You are doing the research, you're creating a design, you're making mock-ups, you're thinking of titles, tags, and descriptions, all to upload a single product. However, if you have multiple different print-on-demand sites that you're selling on, all the effort that you did to figure out what to sell, to actually create that design, figure out good SEO for it, can be replicated on other places. So you are really multiplying the impact that that one product has. Now, the sites that I sell on and I recommend to a lot of new sellers are going to be Merch by Amazon, Etsy integrated with Printify, Redbubble, TeePublic, and Zazzle, but there are tons more out there. So anything you can do to multiply the work that you've already invested and then spread that out to other places is going to make a huge impact. So by posting this on multiple different places, now you have 5, 6, 7 times the eyeballs that you would have had if you just put it maybe on Etsy alone. So if you currently have maybe one print-on-demand shop and you don't feel like you are getting the traction that you want, consider adding an additional shop to that to really multiply your efforts. And this really can help in the profitability of your print-on-demand business as a whole. So say you're only making like $100 a month selling your print-on-demand items, that is still great, but it's really maybe not life-changing money. But if you are making $100 from 5 different places, $500 a month can make a huge impact in your budget. So it's definitely worthwhile to be posting on multiple different print-on-demand sites. Now, one of the next hacks that has saved me so much time in the design process, besides just using templates for my designs, is actually downloading ready-to-use graphics from a site like Creative Fabrica. Now, if you've never heard of Creative Fabrica before, it's a library of literally millions of different designs and graphics and fonts that you can use for your print-on-demand business. Now, what I don't recommend is going to Creative Fabrica and just downloading a bunch of their ready-to-use t-shirt or mug designs, because they do have that on there. What I think is the best way to use a tool like this is, say that you found that the niche of school bus drivers is doing really, really well this spring. I would go to a place like Creative Fabrica and I would look up some of their really cute bus driving or bus graphics, download some of those, and then take it to a place like Placeit to actually create my designs using those ready-to-use graphics. Now, there are really successful sellers that are drawing everything by hand, they're making all their own graphics, and that is super commendable. But for me personally, it is going to take way more time than it's actually worth to make everything from scratch. So I love going to a place that has really awesome ready-to-use graphics like Creative Fabrica, downloading a bunch of them to use, and then uploading them actually to my designs. I'll also link Creative Fabrica down below if you want to check them out. Now, if you want some additional time-saving hacks when it comes to actually making your mock-ups, I have a full video here that's going to show you my complete process and how I save hours making those mock-ups every single month. You definitely want to check that out. But again, I will link all of the tools that I talked about here down below if you want to get started with any of them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.